Hey ESPN, just how dumb can you get? How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about ESPN returning 37 Emmy Awards to the Academy because they're fake. Well, the Emmys thought they were real, but in reality, in the final form, they were fake. Let me explain what's going on. Now, ESPN has a show called College Game Day, very well acclaimed. That particular show won quite a few Emmy Awards. However, on-air talent were barred from being able to get individual awards for College Game Day because they already got an award for the show. Now, I'm not sure if they each individually get an award for College Game Day. If there's just one award that's won and it stays at the ESPN headquarters, I have no idea. But if you're on-air talent, you cannot win an award essentially twice. However, if you are an associate producer, someone like that, then you're eligible. What ESPN did was submit fake names of people that they said were associate producers or whatever to the Academy. The Academy would then kick back a trophy with fake names on it. ESPN would re-engrave the names of real people and then send them to the real people so they get a trophy. I mean, what in the world kind of nonsense is this? We got an article we're going to get into with a little bit more information, but check it out. You guys over at ESPN, ABC, Disney, etc., Bob Iger, the big boss, you guys are worried about Aaron Rodgers talking about HCQ and the vax and all kind of stuff. Political stuff, you're worried about that. Fake Emmys, is that what we're going to do? Is it that serious? You thought this scheme wouldn't get found out. You thought that nobody would know. You could just do something like this and it just fly under the radar in 2024 in the information era. I mean, how dumb is ESPN? And it's really no excuse because you guys are a multi-billion-dollar corporation, speaking about Disney, because that's who owns ESPN. What harebrained individual made this scheme up? And by the way, from what I read, the on-air talent had no idea what's going on. All they're doing is getting their Emmy Award and they're cool. They have no idea. They don't know anything. They're just getting their award. ESPN just did this on their own. I'm not sure why. Is it to increase company morale? I have no clue, but before I go any further, let's check out the article. This is going to be on The Hill. The original report is by The Atlantic. It's paywalled, but I'll link to it in the box. You see what's happening here. ESPN returns 37 Emmys won using fake names. Now, let's check out here. The National Academy of Television and Arts and Sciences, NATAS, the Academy, has taken back at least 36 Emmy Awards that were won by fake ESPN employees, then re-engraved and given to hosts who were ineligible for the awards, according to a report at The Athletic. I think I said The Atlantic, Athletic, same thing. It'll be paywall, but I'll put it in the box. NATAS has taken back 37 awards given for the College Game Day program, which won multiple awards for Outstanding Weekly Studio Show. Like I said, the show itself won plenty of awards. The show was not snubbed, but the individuals didn't get awards for themselves. And again, I don't know if they were each given an award for College Game Day. So let's say, for example, a Kurt Herbstreit, a Gene Wojciechowski. Okay, do you guys get a College Game Day Emmy or do you get a Gene Wojciechowski Emmy? Which one is it? It's probably just a College Game Day Emmy if you get one individually, or it might just be one Emmy for the entire show. You keep it at Bristol, whatever it is. But I digress. At the time of the show's victories, on-air talent was prohibited from winning outside of individual categories to prevent front-facing talent from winning 2 awards for the same work, termed double dipping in the NATS rulebook, The Athletic reports. In an attempt to honor on-air talent, however, ESPN executives included employees with names similar to the names of on-air personalities and with identical initials, according to Katie Strang's report. Now, are these real people that actually exist who work for the company, or are they totally fictitious names? Okay. Rather than Gene Wojciechowski, you're gonna have you're gonna have Geronimo Windsor. Is that what's going on? But I digress. Since at least 2010, ESPN inserted fake names in Emmy entries, then took the awards won by some of those imaginary individuals. So these are fake people totally. Imaginary individuals, had them re-engraved and gave them to on-air personalities, Strain reported. Some of those who took awards intended for fictitious associate producers were faces of the network, such as Kirk Herbstreit, Lee Corso, and reporters such as Shelley Smith and Gene Wojciechowski. These are very well-respected people, and it's embarrassing for them to have this happen. Again, this is not something that they knew about. Woj is very well known. Kirk Herbstreit, Lee Corso, Shelley Smith. These are really well-respected people. ESPN is gross for this. I mean, really, this is really, really, really bad. Fake Emmys, really? Especially when it wasn't even a need to do it. It's not like these guys didn't win Emmys. These guys are talented, they're industry leaders, and they won Emmys for College Game Day, other things. Just because the rule book says they can't get individual awards beyond the show they're on does not mean that they're not respected, compensated properly. This is just all the way bad. But anyway, The Athletic also analyzed some on-air talent social media posts about their Emmy Awards, noted at the time, such as SportsCenter anchor Linda Cohn received awards for which they were not eligible. That's crazy. That's crazy. The award winners declined to comment or could not be reached by The Athletic. In a statement, ESPN confirmed they brought in outside counsel for an investigation, and the individuals found to be responsible were disciplined by ESPN. You got to know what's happening because they're talking about the awards on social media. You guys at ESPN want to be all up Aaron Rodgers' hind parts, who's not even an employee, I don't think. Is he compensated by the Pat McAfee podcast for ART? If you guys know about that, let me know in the comments below. You guys are all up Aaron Rodgers' back for what he said about C-19 and other political stuff. Why don't you understand what's happening inside of your own building with fake Emmy Awards? That goes all the way back to 2010, 14 years. What are we doing here? Some members of our team were clearly wrong in submitting certain names that may go back to 1997 in Emmy categories where they were not eligible for recognition or statuettes, the statement said. 1997, this is pretty much a company policy. Look, 1997, I can guarantee people right now hearing my voice were not even born in 1997. If it's going on that long, this is just what you guys do. I mean, come on. that has to happen through multiple different executives, different iterations of the company, different personalities. People come and go. You're going back to the Stuart Scott and the Keith Olbermann days before Keith Olbermann went crazy. You're going all the way back to those particular days. But anyway, this was a misguided attempt to recognize on-air individuals who were important members of our production team. Once current leadership was made aware, we apologized to NATS for violating guidelines and worked closely with them to completely overhaul the submission process to safeguard against anything like this happening again. As a result of the revelations, NATS has barred ESPN executives from future Emmy consideration, and the senior leadership of College Game Day is also barred from this year's ceremony. Wow. I mean, really, at a certain point, I would ban them completely because you're making a mockery of the organization. I already said that award shows are kind of ridiculous and meaningless, and this just kind of underlines what I said, but let me close it up here. While it is not known who orchestrated the scheme, Craig Lazarus, vice president and executive producer of original content and features, and Lee Fitting, a senior vice president of production who oversaw College Game Day and other properties, were among the ESPN employees NATS were ineligible from future participation in the Emmys. That's crazy. That's totally crazy. But hey, man, that's corporate America for you, ain't it? Little stuff like this going on, all kind of just weird things that are not even necessary. The show was not snubbed from Emmys. This was a critically acclaimed show. You're talking about very well-known and respected on-air talent. I'm not even an ESPN fan, and to be totally all the way real, I'm not even a sports fan at the moment because a lot of it's kind of fake and phony. But these are real people who are very well respected, and you're gonna just kind of like throw dirt on their name and make them look like they're undeserving of praise because of what you did with this whole fake Emmy Awards kerfuffle. But as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to ESPN. Worry about the wrong thing. You worried about Aaron Rodgers saying what he said, when they get him fired, when they get him banned, when they get him censored. Maybe, perhaps, potentially, allegedly, you wouldn't have that happen. But look at your own backyard. What's happening at your own network? All this woke stuff. Y'all focus on, y'all are worried about the wrong thing. Worry about actually putting out good content, quality content, rather than things that don't matter, things that when they get discovered just embarrass you, your company, and your on-air talent. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Are you surprised at what ESPN did here, or is it par for the course? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I'm not surprised in the least bit. This is pretty much what I would expect from an ESPN. I feel bad for Woj and these guys who did not even participate in this process. From what I read, they just happened to get awards. They don't know what's going on. They don't know the rule books, all this and that. From what I read, I feel bad for them because it makes them look like they're thirsty. It makes them look like they are just, ungrateful, inconsiderate, all this and that. Whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.